Hi, chosen ones, hi, divine light beings, hi, gods and goddesses. Welcome to the channel Universe. It's me, Juju. When it comes to connecting to our ancestors, it is very important to know that if you want to connect to your ancestors, you must build a relationship with them. And it is important to know that if you want to build a relationship, it doesn't matter any relationship that you want to build, it's all based on connecting to one and another and communicating. So when it comes to our ancestors, it is the same thing. You have to connect to build a relationship. If you don't know your ancestors, like for instance, I never knew my great great grandmother. I've never met her in real life, in physical realm. I've never met her, only in the spiritual realm. So for me, how did I get to know how I needed to connect and communicate with my ancestor to build a relationship was through number. I was getting a number in my head constantly, the number 22. And at first I thought it had to do with numerology, but that wasn't the case at first. Because when I was getting the number, I was like, okay, why is this number constantly coming in my mind? And what do I have to do with this number? Do I have to buy lottery? Do I have to look what it means in numerology? So that's what I did. That was the first thing that I did, to look up, okay, what does this mean in numerology? But that was not enough because the number kept on coming back into my mind. After that, even my daughter started to write the number 22 on her drawing paper. So the papers that she used to draw, she used to write 22. Now, even in her journal, she has like a little journal where she paints, she does everything, artistic, creative. And there she also started to write the number 22. Now I know that my daughter likes numbers, but the number 22 was very symbolic to me because I was like, okay, this number keeps on coming back into my mind. Now my daughter is writing it down on paper. And it was in the first stages that she was learning how to write numbers. So then I told my mother, I was like, I'm getting the number 22 constantly in my mind and I don't know what to do. My mother was like, your great great grandmother was born on the 22nd of June. I am born, or my Earth Day, her Earth Day was the 22nd of June. My Earth Day is the 26th of June. So I was like, there is a connection here. So then I was like, okay, so this number is important for me. Then after that, when I knew that her Earth Day was the 22nd, I started to notice that, okay, this number keeps on coming. Then after that, the message that she sent to me that the number 22 is important, then now she started to send to me that picture. I need to get a picture. So then I asked my mother for a picture. My mother sent a picture to me on my phone. I took it and I printed it out. So now it was on me to understand that the messages that she was communicating to me was for me to make an altar. So then I started to make the altar to put her picture on. And not knowing her, I did not know a lot about her. I did not even know how she looked like. So when I got that picture, I was like, it gave me a sense of like a very good feeling, a very happy feeling. And because I was not raised with my biological family, I did not know a lot about my grandmother. I did not know a lot about my great great grandmother. So I'm still learning things about my ancestors, and I'm still learning things about my family in the physical realm. So then when I got the picture, I made the altar. It was very important for me to start learning a lot of things about how to communicate and build that relationship with my ancestor, because she was the one that was always around me. Even when I was not yet on my spiritual journey, she was the one that was around me, protecting me, guiding me at times. Even though I'm a very stubborn person at times, she was still guiding me constantly, protecting me from a lot of things that could have happened in my life. So then I noticed that, okay, she is the one. She has been my guardian angel. So then I knew, okay, this is important. Now it was on me to build that relationship with her. So the first thing um, to know on how to communicate and connect with your ancestors is to talk, to them. So when you are in the house, talk to them, communicate to them, not once a month, once a week, no, constantly, continuously, to build that strong bond communication that you want to have with your ancestors, because it's all about the give and take relationship. They give you energy, you give them back energy. Make an altar for them. That's also very important. The next one is give them offering. Follow your intuition on what to offer. If you cannot come up with an idea, you can also ask a family member if they know what your ancestors used to like when they were in the physical realm. Ask your family members if they remember what type of things that they like. Maybe they like to be eat a certain type of food. You can also get a message that when you are preparing something, sometimes something just falls on the ground and you're like, okay, who wanted to eat this, who wanted this? So when you're cooking and something falls on the ground, that also can be a message that your ancestor is telling you, like, okay, they used to like this type of food. If you go and out of the blue, you're in the supermarket, you want to buy something that you normally don't really cook, or normally don't really want to invest your time and energy to cook it, because it takes, some dishes just take a lot of time to prepare, and your ancestors giving you a sign that, okay, they want to eat that food, that they like that food. So if you cannot get an answer from your family members on what they like or what your ancestor used to like, then be mindful about the messages that they are sending to you. Also, when you're eating something, when you're eating a certain type of food and the food just falls constantly, then they are trying to send a message to you that they also would like some of that food. Put flowers, keep your altar clean, and always put water. Always put water on your altar, because water is a way of communicating. We are made out of 75-80% of water, and water is also a way of communicating. It flows. So when you put like water on the altar of your ancestor and you communicate also to that water, speak something to that water, it is also very powerful. And if you have soil in front of your door or at the back, you have a garden where you have soil, you can also do like libation, pour the water, yeah, that you spoke things into existence to, on the ground, in the soil. It has to be soil. So it is also very important to know that your ancestors want you to heal the trauma in your family. They want you to break that generational curse. You came here to do that. They want you to live and in harmony and happiness with your family members here in the physical realm. They want you to build a legacy, a lineage that will make them proud, but may also make you proud. Put some energy in your family members, your physical family members in this physical realm. Put some energy into them. Bring happiness and harmony with them. It is not always easy, but do your best. It's not easy, especially when you are in your spiritual journey and you're transforming, you're changing, you're going maybe on a different path than them. It can seem extremely difficult to connect to them and to bring that harmony, balance, and happiness in the family. But this is just a purpose that you are getting. You have to do that. You have to try and do your utmost best to create that happiness and harmony within your family. In your family, to have that type of bond and happiness. They would be extremely happy if you take upon you to do that, because you are a chosen one, and most of the times you came to do some type of you have some type of purpose, and you are the one that has to bring some type of change within your family. As hard as this can be, do your best. Take notes of the ancestors that come to you also through your dreams. They come to give you some type of message, and especially a lesson. Be patient when connecting to them. Be very patient. Patient is like your best friend when it comes to communicating to the universe, your ancestors, spirit guides, and angels. Patience is very important. When when there is like light in your house flickering constantly, talk and ask if that is an ancestor that is in your house and what they are trying to communicate to you, because it may be your ancestors that also want to communicate to you. They can also communicate to messages seeing like an animal or a bird with a symbolic meaning. So be very mindful of your surroundings. Call upon your ancestors that are not trapped in the fourth dimension or in the fourth realm. Call on ancestors that are not evil or that are not stuck in the indoctrination by Christianity or the Islamic religions. Yeah. Call on those who have been restored to their ancestorhood through our traditional practices, African spirituality. Thank you for watching, and have a peaceful, blissful, and very powerful day.